Stay tuned for my upcoming videos where we feature 2 books on murder. The Gucci Murder by Sarah Gay Forden and The Mistletoe Murder by Leslie Meyer. Yay, you made it! I've been waiting for you. Hi, my name is Floss. This is the Grape Jelly Library where we love to talk about books. I am so glad you could join me. I always look forward to your visit. Christmas is coming. We shouldn't be talking about those kind of books. That's why we're going to be talking about this comfy, cozy Christmas read, All the Jingle Ladies by Beth Garrett. This book is 5 stars. Now listen, stay with me, okay? A lot of you out there will say, I'm not into YA books. Some of you out there might say, I just don't like a romance. And some of you out there say, it's too frolicky, too, juvenile. It is not too juvenile. It is splendid. I love it. I always love my books. I always love my books. Well, most of them. I don't love 1984. But anyways, I do love this one. This is the story about 2 best friends, Molly and Grace. Now, Grace is such a close friend to Molly. She's practically family. Molly's mom and dad would gladly take her in a minute. And Molly even states that they would gladly swap Molly out for Grace. That's how much Grace is loved by this family. So Grace does a lot of hanging out around Molly and her 2 sisters and mom and dad. Now, guess what? Molly's mom and dad love Christmas. But Molly used to love Christmas, but now she hates Christmas. And why does Molly hate Christmas? Well, let me tell you, girlfriend. Well, Molly's mom and dad, who started a pop band, a rock and roll band, if you will, where they wrote a song for Christmas, Love Your Elf. And 6-year-old Molly, with a face painted green in true elf form, proclaims at the end of this video something along the lines of, Happy Holidays from the cutest little elf in the whole wide world. Now, Molly cannot live that down. 10 years later, they are still playing that wretched song on the radio. She cannot escape it. Everywhere she goes, people recognize her as that cute little elf in the video from days gone by. And Molly can't stand it. Molly becomes unhinged. And Molly has to go to a red carpet premiere with her folks and with her sisters. I was going to say kin, but her sisters. Well, Grace comes along because remember, Grace is family after all, or like family. Well, everybody goes into the viewing of this premiere movie because the movie they went to see is actually featuring the song that Molly's mom and dad wrote. And because Molly wants nothing to do with Christmas or this song, she exits stage left. She's not even dressed in red carpet attire. She is looking more goth than ever. And she decides that she's going to hide in this empty theater. No one will find her there for sure. Except for this good-looking guy, this little cutie booty that happens to work there, is taking a break, a lunch break, if you will, and he does not want to be bothered by anyone. He can't be bothered. He just needs to be by himself. Lo and behold, he encounters Molly, and does a romance pursue? You'll have to read it to find out. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, with Grace in the movie theater watching this premiere movie with Molly's family, Grace's somewhat family. Excuse me. Well, let me tell you. I forgot to tell you, so let me tell you now. Grace has a boyfriend, Simon. Simon is Grace's boyfriend, and they are into each other. Let me tell you. Simon even goes as far as to dress nicely for his woman. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And Grace appreciates that. Well, while Grace is in this movie, she shuts her phone off as a courtesy, okay? All right. Well, when she comes out, she turns her phone on. She gets sent a message. She gets word that Simon has been, seeing someone else off to the side without Grace knowing. And Grace literally breaks down. She loses it. So we have a crybaby over here in the form of Grace, and we have this rough and tumble person over here in the form of Molly. And Molly tries to console Grace, and Grace is willing to be consoled. Meanwhile, this gentleman that Molly had encountered in her secluded movie theater, all by her lonesome, the guy she ran into there, will there be a romance? Will he continue to have conversation with her, continue to reach out, or was it just a chance encounter? I'm going to stop the story there. There's a whole lot of holly jolly. There's a whole lot of mischievous goings on. There's a whole lot of laughter, a whole lot of good times. I think that, as the holidays approach, some of us are down in the dumps for good reasons. And some of us are stressed with the hustle and bustle of all that comes with the holiday. But I am telling you, a book cannot take your problems away, but it can make you step outside of all of your stressors. Step outside of that being that is you and give it a try. Yeah, I'm going to say, give it a try. If it's not your thing, then that's fine. It's not your thing. But I am telling you, it is so, that's Teddy. Teddy. I am telling you, it is so good. Woof, woof. It is so good to not be you for a day. It's, we all want to be who we are. Yes, there's nothing wrong with being who we are. But sometimes it's great to escape our everyday life, our everyday routines, our just everyday beings, and just do something out of the left field, Just make that turn and do something completely different that you wouldn't do. So yeah, read this book. And if rom-coms are your thing, then yes, read this book. Even the title alone, all the Jingle Ladies, that's what sold me on the book, not the plot, not the storyline, the title. Yeah. So, I am a fibber. I said that I was going to read all of the Christmas books all December long. I wanted to, but I didn't plan on getting this busy. See, my son doesn't live by me. He lives about 2 hours away. And so we celebrated Christmas early with him. We met halfway, and we had our little Christmas dinner and, the exchanging of the gifts and whatnot, whatever. I got to see my grandbaby, my son, my daughter-in-law, and we had a good old time. But, the traveling to and fro, and then the going to the work, and then, taking care of the house and the animals and the blah, 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 blah. I don't have to tell you, you live that life too. But anyways, it was so good to travel in the car with something as lighthearted as all the Jingle Ladies. I'll tell you that. But I didn't read all the other books that I wanted to, and there's no way I'm going to cram them in now. So I chose another book, one that I know that I can get in. Yes, yes. Mistletoe Murder. I want to read this one. This is the one I chose. I do want to read Bones of Holly, too. So many books, so little time. And I am not. This is like a credit card. I am not leaving home without this sucker everywhere I go. Heck, even if I know I don't have time to read it, or even if I can't read at the moment, I'm still carrying this book around. I'm carrying it around with me. Oh, you need me to do that? Oh, you need me to put my book down because this is a two-hand... Nope, cannot do. We're going to have to make do with one because this book is not going to leave my sight until I have completed it. And then guess what? I said I don't reread books. And that's just my thing. And I typically don't watch movies at all. But every once in a while a movie, makes its way through all that smoke and catches my attention. And I have to go see it. Well, I already seen The House of Gucci. But it so much. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to finish this book and then I'm going to watch it again. Merry Christmas. Until we meet again, know that I love you. Don't let those bad days win. And when you dream, make sure you're dreaming big.